welcome back to City Week, ladies and gentlemen. Now I have the pleasure of being joined by the general manager from the Downtown Marriott Hotel, Randall Williams. Randall, welcome to the show.
Hey, it's been a while since my last time, so I'm happy to be back.
Well, you know what, Randall? I told these guys, for 13 years now, I think, they've been looking for a new host. And I told them, I think I found one.
Oh, hey. Don't put it out there now. I'll be here tomorrow.
Okay, all right then. But, Randall, it is a pleasure to sit down with you. And you're the general manager. Talk a little bit about your role there as the general manager, if you don't mind.
You put me on the spot. I really don't like to talk about myself. But as a general manager, pretty much I just make all the hard calls. My staff, my assistant general manager, Bradley Shaw, my director of sales, Kelly, my F&B manager, Leonard Bragg, those guys do all the hard work. All I do is just make the hard calls, sign the checks.
There you go.
For the most part, and just kind of keep everybody up to the standard that we know our guests actually want, love, and expect.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm behind the scenes for the most part.
Well, Randall, with that being said, you do an awesome job, because I know there's not been a time that I've walked into the lobby of the hotel and was not greeted by someone. And given the fact that I am a little bit known in the community,
Right.
But every time, but they are not necessarily from the community, but I still get that same welcoming, hey, how can we serve you?
Right.
So you're doing a great job. So keep it up.
Appreciate it.
And saying that, Randall, you all are getting ready to celebrate 1 year anniversary pretty soon.
Sir. Next week will be our 1 year anniversary.
Okay.
So it's pretty awesome. We've made it this far.
That's right.
So
Absolutely.
It's pretty awesome.
And, for such a long time, the community heard about a hotel coming to the downtown on the square and stuff of that nature. And I'm sure, because I've been in there a lot of times, just sat in the lobby area, just to enjoy the ambiance of things and just seeing people coming and going to the hotel there.
We have a lot of locals who just come in, have coffee, they've never been into the hotel before. They just sit and just enjoy it and just reminisce on what it used to be and what it is now.
Absolutely. Well, Randall, you guys are a big pillar of our community now. On the square, in a landmark area, which used to be the site of Mansour's building, that served our community for a number of years. And you guys are now gearing up to do something similar by serving the community. You all have a program that you all want to unveil and talk about today.
Absolutely.
Tell us a little bit about what you all are doing.
Well, do you mind if I tell you how this came to me?
Yes, by all means,
okay.
Yes.
Well, initially, I was listening to a radio broadcast, and the broadcast was talking about how individuals go and anonymously, buy out the layaway at a Walmart or a different department store. And I was saying to myself, wow, if I was in that situation, I would love to be able to do something like that. And then a couple of days later, I said, you put yourself in a box because you are in that situation. Not saying it has to be on that level, but who's to say doing something small for someone that's in need speaks just as like the same amount of volume.
Yes.
$10 to someone who's in need is almost like $100.
Absolutely.
So I thought to myself, what can we do for the community of LaGrange, that the community that loves us and supports us? We have to figure out a way to be able to give back. So what we want to do, we want to ask the community of LaGrange to come together and donate non-perishable goods, toys for boys and girls, and just bring them to the hotel.
Okay.
And what we're going to do, we want to put all these things together. Along with my team and I, we're going to go to some of the local grocery stores and ask for donations as well. And we want to put together a good meal for families, some toys for kids to actually be able to celebrate on Christmas. Okay. And we want to actually donate those items to different churches in the community. Okay. Our goal is to actually support 20 families. So we're going to pick 4 churches because every church knows someone that's in need.
Absolutely.
And we want to be able to just provide those items for those people and try to make sure, everyone has a Merry Christmas, because it's that time of giving and we're in a predicament where we can actually give back, and we need to do it. I mean, I think that is the calling of man, is to be able to take care of your fellow man.
Absolutely. I think that's a great idea, a great program. And as you know, I just had Norma on just doing, something similar through the Salvation Army. Yeah, so your drop-off location will be there at the hotel?
Yes, it'll be at the hotel. Anyone that want to donate, just come to the front desk and say, hey, I have some items. But again, we urge that it's going to be non-perishable goods. That way, we don't have anything going bad. Toys, boys and girls. We'll even accept gift cards to be able to give to these families, because these families actually have older kids, that a toy is not going to really do too much for them, but we want everybody to be able to benefit from it.
Absolutely. And, you know, so during this time of year, and as I was just saying with Norma, this is such a giving community. When there's a call, a real cause in our community, people come out generously to support that cause. And speaking of that, you were already saying that before we came on, I think you said that Tractor Supply already have a donation box set up at their location.
Yes, Tractor Supply has a donation box. They've already gave us gift bags to actually be able to put some of the items in. So which, you know, I'm gonna reach out to the community, like to some of our local grocery stores and department stores, and ask if they can do the same. I mean, we don't need a lot, but we need enough.
Right.
So, you know, myself, you know, growing up in Wilmington, North Carolina, I grew up in government housing, and I can remember how something extra went just a long ways, and I remember it like it was yesterday.
Absolutely.
So I want our community to still feel the same way I felt when we were giving things growing up.
Absolutely.
My mom worked every day, but she was a single parent, you know, raising, you know, kids in the house and raising men, you know, so this would be huge.
Absolutely. And, you know, you're saying you're going to coordinate with the churches, and I know that I know I don't want to mention any church particularly right now because I don't know all the details behind it, but you're going to be partnering with the churches. And so many times I know, like in my church, we have a benevolence offering. So I think that's a great avenue to travel because, like you stated, I know that all of the churches and all the various agencies know of families that are in need of various things.
Absolutely.
Now, are there any particular things? I noticed that non-perishable items. Are you all going to accept clothing items also? Have you thought about that?
If someone has it in their heart to actually, you know, donate some clothing, by all means. You know, we're not going to turn it away.
Okay.
Because who are we to say what someone actually needs? Okay. So if that's what you have to actually donate and that's what's on your heart, we'll accept it.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to put that out there just because some of the public might say, why don't we take them in clothes, you know? Yeah, and also, Randall, because you mentioned part of your team when you started our conversation, you do have a new sales director, Kelly Lingenfelter, that is on the team now. Talk a little bit about her and her role.
Kelly actually, she just started with us. Kelly came from our Town Place Suites, which is in Newnan. Kelly is stepping into the director of sales role here at the Courtyard. She's a wonderful, wonderful lady. She has one of the best personalities, and I know that she's going to go out in the community, really bond with our companies, corporations, and just bring more to our hotel. So I'm really, really happy to have Kelly on board.
Absolutely. I think you're talking about bringing more to the community, and I know that this time of the year, people like to start having gatherings, Christmas parties, New Year parties, things of that nature. Talk a little bit because you all also have 2 conference rooms there in the hotel. For those that haven't been there, talk a little bit about that, if you don't mind.
Well, we do have the 2 conference rooms. Of course, one is called the Callaway Room, which is the largest room. Then we have the Mansour's Room. Okay. You know, that name again is dedicated to the old Mansour department store. But those rooms are available for anyone who wants to come in and actually rent the rooms and actually have the holiday parties. Please come and do it, you know, because we want to take care of the community. We want to offer those services, but it's a great time for your holiday party to kind of get away from your everyday location. So it is wide open. We ask that, you know, this weekend or this Thursday for the Christmas parade, you know, we're going to actually do a $2 apple cider. Starbucks is going to be going, you know, all night. It's going to be pretty cold out. So everyone come on in and, you know, purchase some Starbucks coffee or purchase a hot cup of apple cider. So.
Oh my. You know, speaking about the Christmas parade, we sat up in front of the hotel, and I'm gonna have Kelly come on and do a cameo talking about the program as well. And then again, you say you're gonna have the hot apple cider. So I'm knowing that people would definitely take full advantage of that. Also, I don't want to start naming names, but I know that Leonard also is your in the food services for you there.
He's the F&B manager.
Okay, food and beverage manager there. Talk about what you, as far as like when people are having these gatherings, the array of things that they can select from.
Well, the menu is we call it a living menu. Because if there's something that we don't offer, if it makes sense and we can pull it off, we'll try to do it for you. So it's a variety, I mean, from hors d'oeuvres, a lot of protein dishes, vegetable dishes. We do some Southern style meals. We do Mexican style meals. It's just a little bit of everything. Leonard's, he's really versatile, so he can go either way we need him to go. So we're happy to have him as well, and you know, come get those holiday parties set up and see what we can do for you. You know, just come on in.
They stop in and see, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Come see Kelly.
Absolutely. And I want to go back, Randall, because I failed to ask the question about how long will the drop-off be going until as far as the items that you all want to collect?
The drop-off will be going until December 17th. We
Okay.
plan to actually have all the items distributed to the churches that we select by the 19th.
Okay.
So that way, by, I think Christmas is on Tuesday this year.
It is.
That way it gives the families enough time. We drop the items off that they can prepare their meal and have everything set up for their families.
Okay. All right. So starting to drop off now up until December 17th.
Yes, sir.
Bring in those non-perishable items. And I know that you all are not a 501c3. So I just want to ask about if someone wanted to make cash donations. Are you accepting cash
I
donations?
prefer not to do the cash donations.
Okay.
I just prefer if you do gift cards.
Okay.
Or just go out and actually buy things to
Buy the
bring
thing.
in.
Okay.
Just don't want to have that responsibility of the cash. The gift cards, that's something that you can write something special on the back of it for the families. Just happy holidays. Thinking of you, whatever.
Okay.
But we just no cash. We prefer just to have actual goods and gift cards.
All right, very good. I just want to make sure that the public was aware, because have somebody want to write that check.
Yeah, so.
Absolutely. Well, Randall, you know what? I thank you all for doing this, and again, I know that our community, which is a very caring community, will come out and fully support this cause, because even though we might look like we don't need something on the surface, we don't never know what's going on behind those closed doors.
Absolutely.
And how impactful what you all are doing, how impactful that may be to that family, to that child,
Absolutely.
and to the community.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So to the community. So from all of us here at the station, I want to just say thank you and to wish you and your staff a very Merry Christmas at this time.
I appreciate it. Same to you.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to ask you to come back for more City Weekend just for a moment.